Bonjour, I'm Robert Fontaine, creator of the Rebel French program. Let me give you a little bit of my background. In 1975, I had just come back from France and I was looking for a job. And one of my former bosses from the university was starting a pilot project to teach French to government employees. And so she said, "You're hired, but understand something, I'd never taught before. I've never gone to a teacher's college. I don't know what I should be doing." She says, "Don't worry, we're going to teach you." So we had a 6-week training program. And I can tell you, it's a lot harder practicing in front of people who know the language than in front of students. In students, you can always fluff and bluff your way through, but with people who know the language, you can't do it. Anyways, we had 90 days to make this program work because the government wanted to know if it was a program worthy of being implemented in the government. So I started team teaching with this young girl, also brand new out of university, and we had a group of 4 public servants. Now, at that time, the attitude in the government was French training is a waste of time, it's boring, it's frustrating, and you often never get your levels. Does that sound familiar to you today? At that time, we had 90 days. We had no program, and we had to develop it every day. 6 weeks into the program, my partner comes out of the classroom and she's crying. And I said, "What's going on?" She said, "They don't want to play the game anymore." And I said, "Really?" Now you have to understand, you can tell by looking at me now that I'm not a young chicken. But at that time, I wasn't as calm as I am today. So I went in and I slammed the door and I slammed my hand on the table and I looked these guys in the face and I said, "If you're not happy, get out and don't come back." Oh, they were insulted. I got to tell you. So they said, "You can't talk to us like that. We're middle managers in the government." I said, "What do I care? I'm out of a job in 6 weeks. This is a pilot project. If it doesn't work, I'm gone." "Oh, well, in that case, they just upped the ante. We'll tell the director," because we were working at Revenue Canada at that time. "We'll tell the director of Revenue Canada." And I looked at them and I said, if you say anything to him and someone comes in today and they chew me out, I'm out of here. Then what are you going to do? So I said, "I'm leaving and I'm not coming back, and we're not coming back until you decide that you're going to play the game." Because you understand, the first 6 weeks they had wasted their time. And so I went out, slammed the door, and I went and saw my partner. I said, "Oh my gosh, I hope they come and get us." Because we're out of a job if they don't. Well, the leader of the group came out. And you understand that in every group there's a leader. So he came out and he said, "We're ready to play the game." I said, "Don't make me go back in there unless you're ready to play the game. Because if you're not, it's going to go really bad." He said, No, we're ready to play." We went back in, and in 6 weeks, listen, folks, what I'm telling you, in 6 weeks, everybody passed their levels. And for the next 4 years, everybody who came to us, because we gained the reputation, 3 months, level B, level C, it's a done deal, and 100% success rate. And it used to take us 3 months, right? And here's the irony of it. We had the model that worked, and we gave it to the government. And you know what they've done with it. They extended that 3 months to 10 months, and they lowered the percentage of success to almost nothing. And you are struggling to meet your levels. And I am out to get the government on, don't tell anybody, but I'm out to get the government on this because I want you to succeed. And I have a very high, my success rate is 85 to 95%, depending on the student. I mean, I do it quicker than anybody else. Let me give you an example. I have a student who contacted me recently, and he had gone about 3 times to the oral exam, and he said, "I need to get my level C." Okay? I talked with him. I asked him one question. One question, I can tell if you're a level C. And he wasn't level C. I said, "What you're missing are some certain techniques and strategies, little things that if you could add it to how you speak, you will be successful." At our first meeting, that was just a meet and greet, he said, "Okay, I'm willing to take you on." I gave him a contract, 10 lessons. And he says, "Oh yeah, and by the way, my exam's in 2 weeks." So that means I had 2 lessons, 3 hours with this fella. He goes to the exam, and several days later I get an email from him. He says, I passed. That's not a way to make a living, because the contract was for 10 lessons and I got it done in 2. Listen, I have done level C's exemptions in 1 lesson. The government takes 10,000 hours to bring someone to level. I do it in less than 130. Most of my contracts are less than 25 hours. So you have a choice to make. It's either you're going to go with someone who is successful and knows exactly what to do, and you're going to do what they ask you to do, or you can stay and continue doing what you're doing. How's it working for you? Right? So we are setting up a program that's going to walk you through it step by step by step and support you. And you and I will become a team. And I will do whatever I can to help you cross the finish line. So if you're happy with that, keep an eye out, because we're coming and we want to help you. Au revoir, à la prochaine.